Okay, I think we're ready to do this. Hello, and today we're starting off something different this week. It's always the Wednesday Night Wars, everybody called it, but you know what? This week I started watching off NXT first. I chose NXT because we know both of these shows were going to be commercial free in their first matches, and I think one show went a little bit longer with the commercial free thing. But, I was deciding on what to choose tonight, and these are technically, I wouldn't say both, and now the final shows of the year, but the final shows before Christmas break and everything for both AEW and NXT. But I decided to watch NXT first this week before, so you know what? I'm going to switch it up, and you know why I did it? One, I flipped a coin, and B, I was thinking like, okay, both of these shows are kind of starting out strong tonight. NXT starting off with a title match, and I said, you know what? I'm going to go with NXT. I flipped the coin. Me and my buddy went over it, and I think it's sometimes best to switch it up sometimes. I know I've been watching AEW first before NXT all the time and whatnot, but this week I decided to do something different. So this week we're coming with NXT first this time, and honestly, I know I maybe jumped to conclusions, but after watching both shows tonight, I think I'm going to have to go with NXT on the winner of this one. I think they, finished strong, started and finished strong. And we're going to get into every single one of that because there were two title matches going on tonight. And we did kick it off with Adam Cole versus Finn Balor for the NXT Championship. Literally no commercials, so I'm sure everybody expected this was going to be a takeover level match. And, Finn Balor, his new entrance, by the way, I wouldn't say new, same entrance, but he had a little bit color to his, entrance, had like a red X on it, a little bit to his gear also. So, in a way, I'm sure people think this match is going to be weird because, this is a heel versus heel dynamic going on. And I'm sitting there wondering while watching this match. And it was a good match and everything. Both of these guys were over as hell because people chanted undisputed, let's go Finn. And, This was like I said, this was a really good match, and it was very enjoyable watching this throughout time. I just kind of kept figuring myself, who is the face in this situation when watching this match, and even I had to sit there like, okay, so who's the face and who is the heel out of all of this? All right, and I would say both guys went in. Of course, Cole tried to go for that whole not Canadian destroyer, but he went for that Pele kick after they did the, back and forth with the Pele kick. Panama Sunrise, I should say. I did like that Cole, but Balor had caught him, and he went for a Bloody Sunday, but Cole came back with a Ushigoroshi, the last shot for, a near fall then. Balor came back with a double stomp then. He did his shotgun drop kick. He was going to go for the coup de grace, but he could not get it then. Both men pretty much went outside as, Cole knocked them off. I guess they would say he was going to be a fighting champion because he broke the 10 count. Balor pretty much got back up, got on Cole, hit him with the shotgun drop kick into the fans, I should say. I feel like they've done this for like 2-3 weeks now, where they've had some fans by the barricade and someone does some big move over there and they knock down like 5 different guys. We all know they were planted fans and everything, but I feel like I've seen this for like every other week now for a minute. Like Balor did it kind of like the first time with Gargano. It's been a few times they've done this thing with the planted fans. I'm not saying it's getting old, but it's getting very more noticeable every week that, okay, we know someone's going to hit some big move to the outside of the ring, and they're going to knock down like 5-6 different Planet fans there. So, yeah. But Cole ended up coming back, hitting Balor with the last shot. Then after that, he went to put the knee pad down after Balor kicked out. But as Cole went for it then, Balor came back with a lariat, hit the shotgun drop kick, hit the coup de grace, went for the Bloody Sunday and everything, and that's when I kind of figured something screwy was really about to happen, because I'm like, okay, when the Shoot Era comes out, the next thing in my mind is, what do I expect? Johnny Gargano shows up, the fans pretty much pop for it. Not Cole, but Balor looked like he saw a ghost. Cole ended up hitting Balor with a nut shot, and it hit the last shot on him, to still retain the NXT Championship. Gargano basically walked very slowly, and he took a chair where all the knockdown fans were at and everything, and he took the chair, got in the ring, and just start beating the hell out of Balor with some hard chair shots, by the way, too. That shit looked tough as hell, as Balor pretty much got out of dodge and headed to the back, passing the Planet fans or developmental wrestlers that were already on the ground and whatnot. But yes, Balor got out of there, and Gargano stood tall. So we got to see the return of Johnny Gargano tonight. But I did enjoy the match with Balor and Cole. Like I said, it was a heel versus heel thing going on, but it was still a really good title match in general, and whatnot. Excuse me. But I'm sure we now, since Gargano being back from his neck injury, if I'm not mistaken, and whatnot, with him being back from his neck injury, I'm assuming now it will be Balor and Gargano soon enough at, the next takeover in February. So we did see him back tonight. Next, we got technically another heel versus heel match. By the way, we're still in commercial-free mode right now. Killian Dane versus Damien Priest. I'm going to be honest with you. Looking at this match, I'm kind of thinking, where's this feud going? And I didn't hate the match or anything, and it was pretty good itself. But, I don't even know where this is going anymore. And this is, once again, this is another one of these heel versus heel matches, because Priest and Killian Dane are heels themselves. I know they've been doing this whole thing with, Pete Dunne being involved, but he wasn't really involved in this one. It wasn't a bad match or anything or whatnot. In a way, it felt like a little bit of a cool down after the title match. But, Killian Dane there went for the Vader bomb, but Damien Priest pretty much came back in after that, because he put his knees up to dodge it, and he hit him with the Reckoning or Crossroads for the win. So Damien Priest went over. I don't know if they're trying to get Killian Dane somewhere. They are really trying to do their best to push this guy. I don't know where they're pushing him to, but they are really doing their best to push him into something. Okay, I got no idea what, but they're trying to do something with Killian Dane. I just don't know. I'm surprised this feud has still been going on, because even after that, we're having a takeover at War Games. It's like they've been doing like these singles matches every other week with all three of these guys, to the point now I'm like, where is this going? Because I have no idea. I got no idea. But Damien Priest got a win, so hopefully they moved him on to something else. Hopefully, because I think I've seen enough of this feud. Next, Cameron Grimes. I'm trying to hold myself from saying Trevor Lee a lot every week, but he came out. He didn't have his top hat with him. He went against Kushida. Kushida came out. He actually had the hat right there and put it on, and we got a good match right there. Which also, I remember they were saying on commentary that they're talking about the breakout stars and everything. Was like the breakout star, but the NXT year-end awards, I think they were like part of that breakout star. You could vote right now, because there was a lot of promotion for that, for like male wrestler of the year, female breakout star, tag team. It's a lot of things you could say good out of NXT throughout the entire year and whatnot. But moving on with this match though, with Kushida and Grimes right there, this was a pretty good match, I will say too. Very enjoyable. I kind of expected who was going to win this though, because I did like Kushida hit him with like that big victory roll thing on the top rope, which was pretty good. Pretty much coming in the end, both guys started striking back at each other. I think Kishida was trying to go for the hoverboard, but no, he was gonna go not for the hoverboard, but Grimes tried to hit the cave stomp or the cave in or whatnot on him. Kushida dodged it, but he hit him with another cave in for the win, and actually beat Kushida clean, so it wasn't by a heel pinfall or anything, or like a dirty tactic. I expected him to win, because I know he took the loss last week to Mendoza out there, so I expected, like I said, I expected, Cameron Grimes to win this match right here against Kushida. But a very good match, very fun to look at. It was very enjoyable. I don't know if this feud will continue with both of them on. Where do they probably move Trevor Lee to next? I had this discussion with my friend tonight, Steve, and he says, they could probably just put him next for the Cruiserweight Championship, which would actually be a really good match between him and, Garza Jr., since, they turned Garza Jr. Face out of nowhere, to be honest. That whole weird double turn. Okay, I proposed to my girlfriend, automatically face, so there you go. So I think that will be a match next. Io Shirai, her entrance is still fun to look at. Win against Santana Garrett, which I'm gonna be honest, I did not. But yeah, I did not know Santana Garrett was still there, to be honest. I know she's still doing the whole superhero thing going on, but I really did not know Santana Garrett was I didn't know she was still around, to be honest. Well, I know she was still around, but I forgot Santana Garrett was even signed to NXT still, because I think they just got her out of the way as enhancement talent right now. Because I swear they signed so many people, you forget who's there. It's like, me and someone had this discussion tonight, like, okay, they signed Chelsea Green, when she's going to wrestle yet. They signed Deonna Purrazzo, and then, she said she was on NXT, but we never see her on NXT until we saw her on Raw last Monday, which was just going against Asuka. So it's kind of weird that they sign all these people, you don't really see them a lot. But, the match was okay. Kind of a bit of another showcase for Io Shirai, if you ask me. It wasn't a squash match all the way, but she hit her moonsault, which I felt that kind of like hit her in the leg. I don't say Io Shirai didn't miss the whole moonsault, but just hit her in the leg right there. But it was a good match. I will say that. So excuse me. It was a good match for what it was out there. So I don't know. Hopefully they got Santana Garrett doing something important soon and whatnot. But yeah, Io Shirai, another win. I know the announcers. I know they mentioned whose birthday was it today? Oh yes, Stone Cold Steve Austin's birthday, Trish Stratus's birthday. A lot of big wrestling birthdays this week. Also today, and I know they didn't say this, but the whole effing show himself, Rob Van Dam. That's another top one you got to put up there. But cool. They did mention their birthday, so yeah. Hey, whole effing show, Satisfaction. Open a big fat can of whoop ass up, open them Steve wires up. But I just wanted to say that right there. But next, Pete Dunne went against Travis Banks. I know they were talking about a lot of the Worlds Collide show that's going to be coming in January, the night before the Royal Rumble. Basically, it's regular NXT versus NXT UK. And, it's kind of odd they want to do this whole NXT versus NXT UK because, number one, you already had some of the UK talent come on the regular NXT show itself right now. Like, well, Pete Dunne's already part of regular NXT because we already know what he was in the UK. He was like a very dominant champion over there. And this was a good match, too, between him and Banks. Dunne, he hit the X-Plex, like a super X-Plex off the top rope. And then he hit him with a bitter end for the win and whatnot. One thing they didn't mention online, on the commentary saying that, Dunne was once a NXT UK person before he went to the regular NXT. So I don't know how that's going to work with this NXT versus NXT UK. And it should have some good matches out of it, whatnot. But I want to be honest with a lot of people. How many people are really watching the NXT UK show? Because I don't really know what's going on there. I really don't. And this is just something I've only just watched the, I'm not going to lie, I only just watched the fucking, the TakeOver shows. That's all I've really seen is the TakeOver UK shows, okay? I'm not saying that the UK show is bad, but with so many wrestling shows during the week, I forget the NXT UK show is on half the time. Not saying it's bad or anything, I just don't know what's going on in that show all the time and whatnot, unless Walter's on there or something. But it should be interesting when they do this NXT versus NXT UK. They also announced tonight that the Dusty Rhodes Classic will be coming back, which the participants will be announced in the next couple weeks. What else did we have going on in the show? I'm actually surprised there's going to be an NXT show next week, to be honest, on Christmas Day. That's going to be Roderick Strong's doing a open challenge for the North American Championship. And Keith Lee and Leo Rush versus Damian Priest and Tony Nese. I don't know if that's a tape show. I don't know if that's live next week. But even I was a little surprised. Like, really? You're going to be doing a show next week? I just thought they were taking off. Because I said I didn't think I probably may not even review this show. Now, if it's live, I may review it. But if it's a tape thing, I don't think I'm really going to have that much to say. Unless something important happens, maybe I will review the show. But I don't really plan on reviewing anything on Christmas. So, I'm just gonna probably skip out on that because I don't really honestly I'm probably gonna be playing a new video game during that time and I'm not gonna get off of it. Like I'll watch the show when it comes on, but I'm just gonna be probably playing whatever new video game I get that day on Christmas or whatnot if I get a new video game. I don't know, but it's a lot of shit out right now. But I am surprised they're doing a show next week. But we did get into the main event of the show: Shayna Baszler versus Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's Championship. And I'm sure there was a lot of speculation on what was going to happen in this match. And this was a very, very, very good match. Told a great story out there. You know, I was going to say it was a little bit overbooked at first, but I kind of took it back then. Because, of course, I expected, Duke and Shafir to get involved. Especially messing with Ripley until they threw her out there. Baszler, of course, doing the whole joint manipulation thing and whatnot, pretty much knocking. I think she kicked Ripley in her shoulder or something like that when they got to the outside of apron, and the doctors checked her, but she wanted to keep going in. Baszler, still once again put her into submission hold, doing the whole elbow stomp thing. All here focusing on that elbow several times. Then, but pretty much after that, Baszler pretty much kept going back for it. She came back with a kick. Baszler got out of the riptide at the end because Ripley tried to hit her with that. Ripley hit Baszler with a drop kick, knocking down the referee in. But next thing you know, she did hit the riptide on Baszler. But of course, the fans, started chanting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The ref was down. Fans chanted, "We want Drake" for referee Drake Younger. Baszler pretty much got a chair. I think there was a chair in the ring at one point because she was going to go for the care through the clutch. But, the chair was in the ring and, they both start fighting for the chair then. But, Baszler pretty much hit a DDT on Ripley on the chair. She went for the pinfall, but Ripley kicked out. Ripley pretty much got out of, tried to get up, but Baszler went for the she was going for the care through the clutch. Ripley had got the clover leaf in on her, but once again Baszler rolled into the care through the clutch that went on for almost several minutes. Ripley was trying to break out of it, but looked like at points in time she was almost losing consciousness, doing her best, trying to adjust her way to get up or just get to the ropes, trying her best, trying to crawl, but it looked like she just kept going out of there, trying to stumble, but the referee was about to lift her hand up. But next thing you know, she pretty much grabbed the referee in and whatnot, saying she was not giving up out there. Ripley, once again, she tried to fade, but she was able to get out of it then, and then put her in that, that reverse clover leaf then, clover leaf on Shayna Baszler. Baszler pretty much ended up getting out of it, knock her into the turnbuckle, hit her with a big knee, and put her up onto the top rope. Baszler pretty much said, this is my NXT or whatnot. Ripley pretty much hit Baszler with a headbutt and hit a super riptide from the top rope. 1, 2, 3 for the win. Rhea Ripley is now the new NXT Women's Championship. Honestly, in my opinion, thank God, okay? Thank God, because even I was like, I'm just glad. I figured she was going to be the one to take the belt off of her. Because, Ronaldo pretty much compared to Star Wars, saying this is the fall of Darth Sidious, calling Baszler that. And, Ripley, pretty much after that, I think it was fans and probably, some of the NXT roster, developmental, they all came in the ring and they all pretty much held Ripley up and put her on their shoulders as they said it was a mosh pit. Fans celebrated, the roster celebrated the new NXT Women's Champion as Rhea Ripley stood tall, becoming the new champion. So a match that went on nearly 20 minutes was very great. very fun to watch, and I got hooked into the main event too, so it was a very good. Rhea Ripley's on a freaking roll right now, so they have been pushing her big time for the past few months, especially all over November during Survivor Series, the whole Survivor Series weekend and whatnot, and the build and war games and whatnot. So Rhea Ripley has been on a big roll. I'm glad we didn't have to wait till the next takeover in February for this, and I believe this was the right time. I believe it really was, because Baszler just had that belt forever, if you ask me. I said it was the Asuka effect and whatnot, but I believe it was time for a new champion, because now I believe this does give some different opportunities now for people that have not faced for the championship or anything, and hopefully this does do it, because Baszler just basically ran through the whole fucking roster for over a year and everything, and it got to the point where I'm saying, is anybody about to beat this girl in that? I don't know. But, with Ripley becoming champion, I think a lot of new things are going to happen now for the women's division in NXT, because now the women's division does center around her. So I don't know who our next opponent will be, or where Shayna Baszler will get a rematch for the championship. It could be at the next takeover. I don't know what it could be, but I'm sure it is going to come. Now I know there's going to be a lot of speculation now, or saying like, where is Shayna Baszler going to go? Is this now probably her final times in NXT? Because she's either going to Monday Night Raw, or she's going to Friday Night SmackDown. I don't know. I'm sure people are going to say right now, may God have mercy on your soul on either of the main roster. I'm sure there's going to be arguments about that. But if I had to take a guess, if she goes to another show, I may gonna go with... They'll probably want her on Raw. I don't know why I feel like they're gonna put her on Raw. I would like to see her on SmackDown too, but in my mind's telling me she gonna go to Monday Night Raw. So I could possibly see that coming. Okay, so I'm just taking a guess on that. I really am. But overall, this is a very fun episode of watching NXT. I enjoyed it. It was great. I enjoyed the NXT title match between Balor and Cole. We got the return of Johnny Gargano. I think we had a very hot main event tonight between Baszler and Ripley for the NXT Women's Champion. We crowned a new Women's Champion. Hey, I thought some other stuff was good on here too. I did like Kishida and Grimes. I keep saying Trevor Lee. Cameron Grimes and Leo Rush out there. What else? It was actually some really good matches. I know some things have to be promoted for the UK versus regular NXT, and the Dunne and Priest was okay. I just kind of sick of the feud at this point, because I just didn't really know who I wanted to win, but they had Priest go over, so there you go. Like I said, there will be an NXT show next week. I don't know if I'm probably going to do a review for it. Like I said, it's Christmas Day, so I'm 9 times out of 10 may not. I don't know. It could be a tape show. It could not be a tape show. I don't know. But I had a fun time watching the show tonight, and, I'm glad I watched NXT first. And I got to switch it up sometimes. I was watching AEW first week and then NXT, but I said, you know what? I'm going to do NXT first this week. That's what I was going to watch first. And with that stacked of a card, I think I've kind of made the right choice. I flipped the coin. Heads, it was AEW. Tails, it was NXT. I let the coin hit the ground. It was tails, so NXT got the first shot tonight. But other than that, I am done with this review for NXT though. I am, like I said, we will probably see you next week for and everything. But comment, subscribe, tell me what you think about the show. Follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. Check out any other past reviews from whatnot. Blah blah blah. Fuck Lifetime. Etc. etc. Check out any, past pay-per-view or regular review. We will be back next for the AEW review. So I am out of here. Happy holidays, everybody. I will see you guys later for the next review. So peace out. Out.